Hey, how's it going, guys? ZDEyE here. So today I wanted to give you my thoughts on the Marvel's Midnight Suns gameplay reveal. And well, you can perhaps hear by the tone of my voice, I am quite disappointed what I've seen. I'll be honest, my expectations was at least that this game would have been at least somewhat similar to Marvel's Avengers. Again, I'm not saying I wanted the same thing, because I was actually disappointed what I've seen from Marvel's Avengers as well, and look at this, how that turned out to be. But I specifically wanted to see a third-person action game, right? Not this card game. And again, a lot of you may say, well, it has a third-person perspective. We've seen the snippets of gameplay as well. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I want something like an XCOM or something like a card game. What I want is something maybe closer to God of War, or like, because a third-person perspective, looking from the back, like has a very intensive, awesome story. And again, maybe it is too much to ask. Maybe it's understandable. Maybe that's not the vision of this game that it was. But personally as well, we already know, and I think it's an awesome idea, that we actually have our own character creator. Basically, we choose our own hero, right? We go into the adventure up to I think it was up to 2 to 3 other superheroes as well. We somewhat get to control them basically. But in terms of the control, it's not necessary to say that you have to be specific with the dodging or attacking moments. Like I said already, this is a card game basically, and on top of that, it's not even doesn't even look that great, to be honest with you. Like in terms of the graphics, again, again, we've seen the cinematic gameplay trailer. Sorry, not the gameplay, but cinematic trailer in general, and it was awesome. The music was amazing, the trailer was amazing. But this is not it. This is just a pure disappointment, because knowing that this is a card game that should have been for fucking mobile, that would have been good. And I think they should wait. If this game is gonna be a full price game, get the shit out of here. I don't give a shit how much amount of content it has. For a card game such as this, should be at least $30, absolutely maximum. Again, this is a pure disappointment what I've seen so far from this Midnight Suns. Man, I was looking forward to see this as an Avenger, perhaps, like I said, a God of War 2018 style, hell, Ghost of Tsushima style. Again, maybe I was just looking forward to, and my expectations were through the roof, but can you not, like, come on, you have to agree with me to say that maybe you were at least wanted to see similarities to, right? Maybe if we're gonna have to go on a lower scale, perhaps, again, this is not necessary to say that what I'm about to apply is a lower scale game, right? Maybe something different, like Devil May Cry. Again, a lot of people may consider that a button smasher, but again, I'm not touching on that topic again. I think this would actually be a far better game in that term. But what I've seen from here, at least from Marvel's Midnight Suns, gameplay-wise, at least from that, what the hell was this? Basically, I'm very disappointed. Like, maybe my expectations were through the roof. Maybe it was unrealistic to expect something interesting, at least heavy with the story-wise, at least maybe single-player-wise again, because this is a very big possibility. Since this is a card game, it really is, that's all there is to it. It's a card game. You will be able to purchase these cards through a microtransaction, so there's already an easier monetization wise. Again, I'm sure a lot of you will say, well, Marvel's Avengers never had such a thing, it only had cosmetics. Again, we're talking about microtransactions. It's funny as well. It's been said specifically that were you expecting this something like an XCOM style Marvel game, and instead we're getting a mobile card game. How's that even better? Hell, in some cases, I would even argue to say this is basically Raid Shadows Legends $60 Marvel DLC or something. Again, that's just being a little bit, brutal. Now, we've seen as well a few other things regarding that you have your own safe house, and you can actually have conversations with different heroes. Whatever they mentioned would, like, you being careful because they all have their own preferences. It's not as if they're just gonna leave this team for good and they're not gonna give you any sort of help. Again, this is not gonna be as diverse as a lot of people are expecting it. Again, card system game, it can be entertaining for people that are already familiar with the card system games. But can you really say that for a full price game that's a card game, like basically the main core of the gameplay, can you actually say that it's actually be worth it? I'm sure a lot of you and a lot of people say, I'm so disappointed, man. A lot of people may say that, well, we have to wait and see for the amount of content that it will have. But no matter how much content it is, with a very basic gameplay that's basically making sure whenever you want to defend, attack, or hold off with the positions, or choose your player, well, choose the hero that wants to or needs to be in the next turn, I don't see how is this going to be very much of an entertaining thing. Hell, if you want a better version of like a card game, hell, play Gwent. Even though Gwent doesn't have something like, well, as this, right, a third-person perspective, I still think Gwent would have been a better option to implement it, and because as well, it's not a full price tag games. Anyway, okay, guys, I'm done rambling. I'm very disappointed with this game. I don't have anything else to share. It's just, I feel like I'm gonna drag this long enough and only curse this damn game out. But anyway, it's nothing special. Very disappointed. Graphics looks quite disappointing as well. Not a PS5, PS4 version, more like a PS3 version, if that's being generous. Yeah, pure disappointed. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. See you guys all, and have a wonderful day.